Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist and today I'm doing a Utopia deck profile. So I'm really excited to do this one for you guys because this deck is an extremely powerful XZ deck based around one of the most nostalgic XZ monsters ever created. Number 39, Utopia. So without further ado guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell there so you can become part of notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description below for all those awesome rewards. Like getting your name scratched in every single video, getting a signed cards in the mail, and even getting to request a deck profile every single month to your Patreon. So without further ado, let's get straight on into this. So first off, we're going to be playing 2 copies of Utopic Onomatopoeia. This card is definitely a 2 of in the build and has a crazy powerful effect that this card is always treated as a Zubaba, Gagaga, Gogogo, and Dodo card. And during your main phase, you can special summon up to 1 each of a Zubaba, Gagaga, Gogogo, and or Dodo monster from your hand in defense position, which is an amazing ability just to help you swarm the board with all sorts of level 4 monsters to go in for XZ plays. We then play 3 copies of Gagaga Coat. Gagaga Coat is a really powerful 3 of in the build because it has the ability, if you control a Zubaba or Gagaga monster except another copy of this card, while this card's in your hand, you can special summon this card. You can also target 1 Gogogo or Dodo monster in your graveyard and special summon it, which is a really cool effect. We then play 2 copies of Gogogo Glove. Gogogo Glove is great as a 2 of in the build because this card has the ability during your main phase, you can special summon a Zubaba or Gagaga monster from your hand. And if you control a Gogogo or Dodo monster, except a copy of this card, while this card's in the graveyard, you can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. We then play 3 copies of Astraltopia. Astraltopia is definitely a 3 of in the deck. This card basically searches everything. It has the ability that if an XZ monster is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. And then you can also send one other card from your hand or field to the graveyard to add an XZ on a map, Zexal, or number, spell, or trap from your deck to your hand, which is amazing to search out the exact card you need off this card's effect. We then play 3 copies of ZS Ascendant Sage. Ascendant Sage is really cool as a 3 of in the build because this card has the ability, if you control no cards, you can special summon this card from your hand, and a Utopia XZ monster that was summoned using this card in the field as a material gains the effect that if this card is XZ summoned, you get to add a rank up magic normal spell from your deck to your hand, which is a really powerful effect to be able to add your copy of Hyper Rank Up Magic Utopia Force from your deck to your hand off this card's ability. We then play a single copy of Armored Sage. I bumped Armored Sage down to 1 in this deck because I decided to play some other cards, but this card is still really good in the deck as a 1-of. Is that the only monster you control is 1 level 4 monster not named Armored Sage, then you can special summon this card from your hand, which is a great effect just to instantly get another monster on the field. And it also has the ability Utopia XZ monster that was summoned using this card as a material gains the effect that if this card is XZ summoned, you can add a ZW, which is a Zexal weapon monster from your deck to your hand, which is a great effect. We then play 2 copies of Astral Karibo. Astral Karibo is an extremely powerful extender in the deck, as this card can become any level that you need, with the effect that you can reveal any number monster in your extra deck to be able to special summon this card from your hand, and then this card becomes the level of the rank of the revealed monster. So for example, if you reveal your copy of number 39 Utopia, you'll special summon this card out to your side of the field as a level 4 because Utopia is a rank 4 monster. And if this card is used for the XZ summon of a number XZ monster, the XZ monster gains the effect that it cannot be destroyed by battle or by an opponent's card effect, which is an amazing ability. The only downside of this card is if it's on your side of the field, you can only summon number XZ monsters from your X deck, which is not that big of a deal because you're usually just going to summon a number XZ monster instantly to your side of the field once you summon this card out. So this card is great as an extender in the deck. We then play a single copy of Twin Saber. Twin Saber is just really good in the deck because this card turns one of your Utopia monsters into a negate, while also giving it 1,000 attack points, which is really, really cool. And if your life points are at least 2,000 higher than your, if your opponent's life points are at least 2,000 or higher than yours, then you can special summon this card from your hand, which is a really cool ability, and it lets you target a Utopia monster that you control and equip this card you control to it as an equip spell that gives it 1000 attack and also turns it into a negate for a monster on the field. We then play a single copy of Tornado Bringer. Tornado Bringer is also a really good card to be able to use in the deck, as it lets you target a Utopia monster you control and equip this monster from your hand or your side of the field to that targeted monster that gives it 1300 attack. And while it is equipped to a monster, your opponent cannot target that monster with card effects, which is just an amazing effect. We can also play a single copy of Lightning Blade. Lightning Blade is just really cool as a one-of in the deck, because you also can target a Utopia monster that you control and equip this monster from your hand or your side of the field to that target, just like your copy of Tornado Bringer, but this card gives it 1200 attack, and while this card is equipped to a monster, face-up Zexal weapon cards you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, which is just an amazing ability. We then play a single copy of Gigantus. Gigantus is just an amazing extender in the deck. You just banish a Earth monster from your graveyard to special summon this card out to your side of the field, giving you an additional level 4 that you can search in this deck to get it out on your side of the field to keep climbing into different XZ plays. We then also play 3 copies of Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom is really good at stopping your opponent from touching the deck. So, that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get in to the spells. So for the spells, we're going to start with a single copy of Rhoda. There's a lot of level 4 warrior monsters in this deck that we want to search, so this card is an amazing one-of in the build. We then play a single copy of Called by the Grave. Called by the Grave is just really good at stopping your opponent from hand trapping you while you're going in for all of your plays. We then play a single copy of Double or Nothing. Double or Nothing is an amazing combo piece in the deck. You never want to see this card in your opening hand, but it's really good in the deck to be able to use with your copy of Utopia Double, because it helps you go into other Utopia monsters by using Utopia Double's ability to summon out a different Utopia monster on top of it, while also searching out Double or Nothing. Double or Nothing is really good also in this deck because it can OTK your opponent by summoning out a copy of number 39 Utopia on top of Utopia Double to then swing into the opponent with a 5000 attack point Utopia, detach a material, drop Double or Nothing, and then swing again for 10,000 attack points, which is just amazing to OTK with. We then play a single copy of Hyper Rank Up Magic Utopia Force. This card is an amazing rank up magic spell that makes it so easy to make your different XZ monsters, with the ability to target a rank 9 or lower Utopia XZ monster you control, which is a lot of different targets, to be able to special summon a rank 10 or higher Utopia or Utopic XZ monster from your X deck by using that XZ monster you control as a material, which is a really cool effect just to instantly rank up into a really big monster. And if an XZ monster is special summoned by the effect of a rank 10 or higher Utopia or Utopic XZ monster, while this card's in the graveyard, you can actually target one of those special summon monsters and attach this card as a material to that card, which is an amazing ability to be able to use this card. I absolutely love this card as a one-of in the deck, because what you're usually using this card to make is your copy of number 99, which is just such a powerful card to rank up into using this card. This card is an amazing one-of in the deck. We then play a single copy of XZ Change Tactics. XZ Change Tactic is really good because this card lets us draw a bunch of cards in a turn. As when a Utopia monster is XZ summoned to your side of the field, you can pay 500 life points to draw a card, and it's not a once per turn, but you can only control one of this card, so you're going to get multiple draws off this card. We play 2 copies of Zexal Construction. Zexal Construction can search just about anything that you need, which is why you see a lot of one-ofs in this deck, as this card can search out Zexal Weapon monsters, your ZS monsters, which is your sages, your Zexal spells or traps, your rank up magic spells, and your rank down magic spells, which is amazing, by just revealing any card in your hand and then adding one of the following to your hand and then shuffling the revealed card back into the deck. We then play 3 copies of Onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is a great searcher for the deck because you can only activate one of this card per turn, but it lets you send a card from your hand to the graveyard and add up to 2 of the monsters from your deck to your hand, but you cannot add 2 of the same category, letting you add Zubaba monsters, Gagaga monsters, Go-Go-Go monsters, or Dodo monsters from your deck to your hand, which is a great ability for this card to have. We then play 3 copies of Onomata Pickup. Onomata Pickup is really good as a 3-of because when this card is activated, you add an automatic card from your deck to your hand, except another copy of this card, which is just a crazy powerful effect. So that's it for the spells, guys. Let's get into the traps. So for the traps, we're just going to be playing a few traps, starting off with Numbers Protection. Numbers Protection is a crazy, powerful counter trap that we play in the deck. Then when a spell or trap card or monster effect is activated, while you control a number XZ monster, you negate the activation if you do destroy that card. If a number XZ monster you control is destroyed by battle by card effect while this card's in the graveyard, you can set this card but banish when it leaves the field, giving this card a recycle effect, which is really, really nice. You also play 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. Infinite Impermanence is amazing to be able to stop your opponent's monster effects and also lock down entire columns of spells and traps, which is just really, really cool. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck. So for the extra deck, guys, we're going to start off with number 39, Utopia. This card is an amazing combo piece and boss monster to be able to make in the deck that you're going to use as a stepping stone to step into a bunch of different XZ plays. It's a really cool card and a super nostalgic boss monster to be able to make in this build. We then play a single copy of Utopia Double. Utopia Double is crazy powerful in this particular deck because it has the ability to quick effect, detach a material on this card, add double or nothing from your deck to your hand, then special summon from your X check one Utopia XZ monster except a copy of Utopia Double, which is a really powerful ability because it not only goes into number 39, but it has a bunch of different options that you can use to be able to use with this card's ability. We then play a single copy of Utopia Rising. Utopia Rising is really cool as a combo piece in the deck because if this card is special summon, you can target a number XZ monster in your graveyard except a copy of this card and special summon it in defense position. Then you can detach all materials from this card and attach them to that monster, which is just an amazing ability. And if you XZ summon except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your grave but banish it when it leaves the field, which is just a really cool ability for this card to have to basically be like a monster reborn. We then play a single copy of Utopia Prime. Utopia Prime is really good, but we basically just use this card as an additional material under other cards, which is why we play this card as a one of in the deck. We then play a single copy of Utopia the Lightning. Utopia the Lightning is just a good option just in case you need a 5,000 attack point monster to OTK with, and just in case you need a really big monster really quickly. Because you can overlay this card on top of a copy of number 39, and then it swings, and then you basically detach materials on this card, and it goes up to 5,000. We then play a single copy of Utopia Dragnar. Dragnar is really good in this deck. This card is basically the main boss monster that you're using. With the ability that quick effect, you can detach 2 materials on this card to special summon from your X check one number XZ monster that has a number between 1 and 100 in its name, which is just a crazy powerful effect and why it works with our rank up magic spell that we play in this deck. This card is really good in the deck and a very easy card to make with your copy of Utopia Double. We then play a single copy of Ultimate Leo Utopia Ray. Ultimate Leo Utopia Ray is just a really cool one of in the deck that has the ability to always treat it as a number C39 Utopia Ray, and once per turn you can detach a material from this card to equip a Zexal weapon card from your deck or X check to this card as a material if it's equipped by its own monster effect, which is amazing to be able to just instantly equip any of your Zexal weapons that you need. And it also has a really cool ability that once per turn, while this card is equipped with a Zexal weapon monster card, quick effect, you can target one effect monster your opponent controls and negate its effects, and if you do, half its attack, making it super easy to OTK. We then play a single copy of the ZS Utopic Sage. The Utopic Sage is just amazing because this card is not a number monster, so it makes it really easy to make F0, and it's just a really good card in the deck as well because you can detach 2 materials on this card to special summon a ZW or ZS monster from your deck to your side of the field. Also, for the rest of the turn, you can only attack with number monsters, and you cannot special summon from the X check except XZ monsters, which again, not that big of a deal because that's usually all we're summoning anyways. And if a Utopia or a Utopic XZ monster you control whose original attribute is light would be destroyed by battle or by card effect, except a copy of this card, you can manage this card from the field or grave instead, giving you some added protection. We then play a single copy of Gaga Gaga Magician. This card just makes it really easy to summon out our copy of F0 because this card actually revives XZ monsters from the graveyard, which is just really, really good. We then play a single copy of Gallant Granite. Gallant Granite searches out our copy of Gigantus, which is why we play this card as a one of, because you can just detach from 2 on this card, add a rock monster from deck to hand, which is just going to extend your plays because then all you really need is one more extender to be able to summon to your side of the field to make a different XZ monster, which is just really, really nice. We then play a single copy of number 38. Number 38 is amazing in this build because you can summon off your copy of Dragnar, and it's a spell negate. one copy of F-Zero, because we're going to use this card to be able to summon our copy of F-Zero Utopic Draco Future. These are really good because they're monster negates, and they're just fantastic cards in the deck. Plus, you do have to use non-number monsters to be able to summon them to your side of the field, but we do have the copy of the Utopic Sage, our Gaga Magician, and Gallant Granite to be able to make them. So we have a couple of different options to be able to make our copy of F-Zero and then our copy of Utopic Draco Future. We then finally play a single copy of AA Zeus. AA Zeus is just amazing because it is a board wipe that we can make on top of any of our XZ monsters, which is just really cool, unless they say we can't use them as material. So this card is really good in the deck to be able to make because it's a board wipe. So that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you enjoy it. This deck is super fun to be able to play. If you guys have never played Utopia before, you should definitely give this deck a try. It can OTK like crazy. It can make absolutely insane fields, and it's just a really fun deck overall to be able to play because it's really, really crazy and nostalgic. So that's gonna do it for this one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, become part of the notification squad, and we'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.